The EU could face financial disaster after they revealed plans to spend an additional €100 billion which they don't have, reports suggest. A draft spending plan drawn up by EU Budget Commissioner Johannes Hahn on Wednesday is understood to have several issues, the main one being they don't actually know how much money they will have to spend. German news channel Welt reports that the 27 EU member states that fund the Union with their annual transfers have not yet agreed on funding for the coming years. The Commission already made a proposal for the so-called Multiannual Financial Framework (MFF) until 2027 in 2018. But to date, the EU governments have not agreed who will send how much to Brussels in the future and what the money will be used for. Along with the MFF long-term budget, the EU member states are also negotiating the EU economic stimulus package in response to the coronavirus crisis, which the Commission has envisaged to be around €750 billion. A summit is set to take place next month where the EU will agree on stimulus packages and long-term funding from the Commission. The summit is scheduled to take place on July 17 and 18 in Brussels, however it is possible that the governments will not come to an agreement until weeks later. The Commission has already presented its draft budget because it is legally obliged to submit it by 30 June. However, the draft budget already makes it clear that the EU Commission will face a huge task in the coming months. Officials suggest that the EU Commission budget for the coming year is expected to be €166.7 billion. Alongside this, €344 billion will be spent on an EU economic stimulus package in the coming year alone. According to Hahn's proposal, it has been suggested that €211 billion should be spent as grants that do not have to be repaid, and €133 billion should be available as loans. Rasmus Andriessen Mepp, the European Greens budget expert in the European Parliament, told Welt, "What the 2021 budget will look like depends very much on what the member states will agree on in the coming weeks regarding the MFF and the reconstruction programme. I can well imagine that the Commission will have to significantly change its proposal in the autumn when the results of the negotiations are ready."